Madam Speaker, I thank the Honourable Member for the question, and I would like to congratulate her for promoting the African dress. Dual citizenship was implemented from 2009 under the Citizen Decree. Dual citizenship holders are able to reside in Fiji for as long as they want without having to apply for a permit, since they now also hold a Fiji passport, same as resident. They don't need to go through investment Fiji should they wish to set up business in Fiji, which determines quicker turnaround time in processing given their citizenship. Dual citizenship holder will enjoy the same benefits as any normal Fiji citizens, such as the right to vote in the general election, access to medical facilities and education without having to pay international fees normally charged to those holding foreign passports. The total number of applicants issued dual citizenship under the Citizen Decree of 2009 from April 2009 to 31st March 2016 is 6,051. I would not mention the breakdown because it's going to take much longer. The statistics mentioned are mostly applicants whom are former Fiji citizens and whom have been residing in both Australia and New Zealand. On average, Madam Speaker, for the past 7 years, we have been receiving around 836 applicants per year. The highest figure recorded was in 2014, where we received 1,036 granted applicants, and we anticipate that figures will continue to rise in the years ahead. Madam Speaker, one evident benefit in granting dual citizenship is that it has allowed the return of numerous Fijian professionals that migrated for greener pastures. These professionals are returning through their evident application for dual citizenship. Their return benefits, though dearly Fijian due to their investment. This investment encompasses the entrepreneurial opportunities, finance to education. Mostly these are Fiji residents who departed Fiji after the events of 1987, and they are coming back with their children. Madam Speaker, foreigners that apply for dual citizenship bring with them the expertise, the experiences, and background instilled in wherever they contribute. The relevant regularities similar to their advanced standard abroad, therefore lifting and benefiting the local standard level. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. I give the floor to the Honourable Tiruraki.
Madam Speaker, I thank the Honourable Minister for the answers, and I'd like to refer to one of the part of his answer is most of those who have dual citizenship were former residents, and that is understandable because of their link to the country. And my question is, can you give us roughly those who are not former residents, those who make Fiji as the first second home by obtaining the second citizenship, and most importantly, their impact in investment into Fiji, as you mentioned, in regards to the former citizens. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Honourable Minister.
Madam Speaker, I won't be able to answer that question now. I have that in the database. I will be able to write to him with the information that he required.
Thank you. The question really is statistical in nature, and the response will be provided in writing. Thank you. I now give the floor to the Honourable Aseri Rondo. Oh, you didn't stand the list. Honourable Prem Singh, then. Sorry.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. A supplementary question. Could the Minister explain why certain individuals are not given visas to Fiji under the dual citizenship or otherwise, particularly the likes of Dr. Brijlal and Padmala?
Thank you, Honourable Minister.
Thank you. I thank the Honourable Member for the question, and The answer is that for citizenship, we have a committee looking after, and there are provisions we have to go through, like police reports and all that, have to go through in order to have a tick in the box. And the committee recommends which are to be recommended for dual citizenship and which one are not to be recommended. It's up to the committee to decide for that.
Thank you. I give the floor to the Honorable Ratusalan Manobo.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Can the Honourable Minister advise His August House that dual citizenship holders can also be given employment locally, even though the locals are qualified, or they are just here to create new investment so that they can provide employment to our local population? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Madam Speaker, as I alluded before in my answering the question, the condition of a dual citizenship is the same as with the local people in Fiji.